People are watching you. Behave well. Throw away evil. For people are watching you. To escape all troubles, do good in light. Do not hide in darkness. For people are watching you. Gratitude.
Jumbo, my name is Robert Oppel. I'm a filmmaker and a certified surgical technologist. I was assigned the position of photojournalist and medical assistant to Dr. Patricia Gordon and her team with CureCervicalCancer.org. Dr. Gordon not only treated the women of Kenya, but she and her team traveled all over the globe to help fight this curable disease if caught in its early stages. This was my first trip to Kenya, and this is what I saw.
The promise here is to get their mothers screened and treated so that these children can grow up having a mother and enjoying a family.
How did it affect you when you found out about your sister's condition?
Actually, it was a coincidence because she was at work and suddenly she collapsed in a pool of blood.
Where was she bleeding from?
In the vagina.
A lot of women will think that it's just an extended period because they don't know any better, but they'll be moaning and groaning and they can't walk, they'll be hobbling in. And in those cases, it's very sad because if they had come in a year or two earlier to get this screening, which is so important, we could have prevented that. And that's why cervical cancer is entirely preventable, and that's why we're here to treat you the see and treat method so that way you can screen as many women as possible and treat them before it becomes invasive cancer.
You see, in Africa, people still believe in witchcraft. So you get sick, maybe you're suffering from cervical cancer. Somebody will say somebody else is responsible. So it's so difficult to convince them. See, this is where the problem is. Somebody will tell you, no, that's not the problem. I'm being bewitched. So if you go out there, talk to them, tell them, the message will reach them.
I want everybody on the bus to see the coffins. These coffins are ubiquitous. They're in front of every major hospital where we establish a see and treat center. This is exactly what we're trying to prevent.
The see and treat clinic that affected me the most was Langata Women's Prison, which bordered the Kibera slum.
This is why we're here, because cervical cancer is 100% preventable. It's caused by a virus. We can freeze that virus right off, and the woman can live a long, healthy, wonderful life, and her children will grow up without being an orphan. And as you all know, anyone in resource-poor districts and in resource-poor countries, any child that doesn't have a mother has a 10 times more likely chance of dying themselves. HPV causes nearly 100% of cervical cancer. And we can detect this with the vinegar test that soon you'll be given. And if the vinegar test is positive, then you will be offered the treatment, which is the freezing, the cryotherapy. And it's painless. We freeze for 3 minutes. We give a 5-minute break, and then we freeze again for 3 minutes. And 90% of the time, that cures the problem.
Here, some of the women would commit petty crimes just to get health care, while others were in for life.
there with the black suit and you there with the white t-shirt. Does anyone of you know whom I am? I'm a poor prisoner. People call me a murderer, a killer, a thief, and all the bad names you may think of. But I have no way out. I was caught, accused, sentenced, and locked in here. But prison is for all. Anyone can find himself there, either with justice or injustice. Prison is a rehabilitation center where the bad becomes good, the unlearned becomes learned, and the unskilled becomes skilled. Prison is a religious institution where everyone is free in accordance to her dominion. Preachers from all religions are invited in here to preach and to change many. Prison is a college. Everyone lives with a skill. Everyone lives rehabilitated, and those with life imprisonment lives there with high discipline. Thank you.
One of the prisoners was found guilty of drug smuggling, and her story I found to be very touching. And you were incarcerated here in this state, or?
I was caught at the airport because I was on transit back to South Africa from Brazil. And this wasn't meant for this country, and it was meant for South Africa. And if I do get deported, I'd rather serve my sentence in South Africa. I wouldn't mind, then I would be closer to my kids and my mom and them. So I won't mind serving my sentence there because I know I did wrong. But I didn't do it for the wrong reasons. It was my kids. Because I'm a single mom of 4, which of 2 is babies. So yeah. And a little girl of 7, I was supposed to go home to her. So, and when I was supposed to fetch her, and I got caught here on her birthday. So yes. I haven't seen him for 4 months now. And it's not easy because I will maybe never see them again.
If you could talk to them right now, what would you say to them?
But I love them so much and I'm sorry.
One of the women was innocent and needed what was equivalent to $100 American to be free. So we made it happen.
I appreciate it. Thank you. How to fight me? I got my husband with another woman and I started a fight. When we started a fight, he went to the police station and reported me that I've damaged her things, phone. They brought me to the court after I got into the court, and then later he said that I've stolen his money, 50,000 and phone, but I didn't take anything. That's why I ended up here. Bye prison, I'm going home, I'll never be back forever.
The Hollywood perception of Kenya and Africa in general seems to be geared towards safari and the animal-rich land of the Masai Mara. The Maasai people lived in small communities called Boma villages. They loved their cows. How many cows you had signified your wealth. If a lion trespassed into your village and attacked one of your cows and you killed it, you were deemed a Maasai warrior. These warriors wore special scarves with the color of red, indicating blood and bravery, and often were safari guides. The jewelry and overall wardrobe of the Maasai women was colorful and elaborate. Kenya is a unique culture and a vast land. An additional observation I made was that there appeared to be little vanity, no concept of a selfie. Everything you looked at looked right back at you. Can you see it?
you doing, man?
Fine, fine. How was the day?
Excellent. How do you say it again? Tusker time?
Tusker time. Bane kazi.
Bane kazi.
Yes.
Robert, bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Jesus down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the love of Jesus down in my heart, down in my heart to